Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Film Seizure, and I am one of your hosts, Jason Oliver. Say hello, Jason. Hello, Jason. That's Chuck. Say hello, Chuck.
Hello, Chuck.
And Jeff, would you like to say hello?
No.
No?
No.
No. It's going to be like this whole
Jeff
episode.
is defeated.
Jeff's been defeated by the American Ninjas.
He's been defeated.
So last week, I felt like we just kind of skirted by with Jeff.
A little bit.
This week, there's been no skirting. There has been sliding. Backsliding, you might say.
Weird.
Which is weird, because I enjoy this one more. This movie is goofy as all hell.
It's a lot of fun.
But we're talking about American Ninja 2. We are...
Well, what's the subtitle?
The Confrontation.
Okay, all right.
There
Just
is-
want to get that out there because...
There is a confrontation.
Sort of.
I mean, every fight's a confrontation.
Yeah, but...
Ninja's going to confront each other in this movie.
Yeah, Jeff's going to be the confrontation.
Yes.
This week, I think.
Yes.
He's a couple cider boys in, and he's like...
That's not when I'm angry.
Yep,
no
you're
one.
an angry
He's an
cider
angry
drunk.
Yes. So this is A-MAY-rican Ninja month. This is
I'm glad that's sticking.
American Ninja 2, The Confrontation. 2 years after the original American Ninja, we are reunited with both Michael Dudikoff and Steve James.
And it feels so good.
Directed by action maestro Steve Furstenberg.
Sam.
Stop.
Steve Furstenberg.
I got Steve James on the mind because this is his movie, in my opinion, and he's amazing.
It really is a lot more his movie than Dudikoff's, for sure.
Love me some Steve James in this. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the budget on this one was, but it definitely feels like less than. And last week's budget was $1 million, supposedly, which that's in Canon Films accounting.
Well, this says $4 million for this one.
This
Box
one
office.
was the box
Oh,
office.
I'm sorry. Oops. Yep. Box office. That's what it says right there.
Yeah. I don't know
It
what
made
the budget
all
was.
the money that they sold the weapons for in the last movie.
Yes.
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 It did.
They were selling this movie
Off
in
those.
the last one.
Yes. It was.
That's
it was,
what was
it was
in
a
the back of the truck.
It was a truckload of movie tickets. They opened it up and just paper.
It was all pre-sales for
Right.
the
Yeah.
sequel.
Yes.
Totally, yeah. But you
Clever.
can't ever really trust a Canon Film budget or box office
Or Wikipedia sometimes.
or Wikipedia, but you definitely can't trust Canon Films to report what they actually spent on a movie because they didn't do so good at budgeting movies and actually
No.
to make actual money on them.
No.
That's kind of the reason why they are no longer around. But this movie's still around.
Yeah, it is.
And it is fun, and Jeff doesn't agree, and he's going to be a real Eeyore for this entire episode.
This is really weird to me.
I just
Yeah.
don't. I mean, okay. So all the things that irritated me in the previous movie was doubled down on in this movie, plus a couple of extra things that I didn't like.
Oh, no.
I don't think that there was doubling down on the things you didn't like last time.
I mean,
There was no
That's
gas.
your
There was no real
opinion.
gaslighting. in this.
No, but
There wasn't the trope of the guy who no one will believe. There was the mistrusting captain because they sent army guys instead of
but no, he was
Marines.
won over pretty quickly. It was his
Yeah.
little stooge.
that guy was hilarious.
He was awful.
Yeah,
yeah.
I hated him.
He's just kind of annoying. Yeah,
He was awful.
but he's not like he doesn't ruin a movie.
But like there was like the cops on this island was obviously villainous,
Yeah.
and yet it's like the the guy at the the captain at first was like, I mean it's like,
But he has no control over them.
I mean I guess,
And like he said, there's politics.
yeah.
Red tape,
I
bro.
mean I don't know. It's just the problem is that this movie felt uninspired.
And American Ninja 1 felt inspired.
More than this one.
Huh.
This one feels like,
Huh.
okay, well, we're going to do this again. We don't give a fuck about anything. and it's just going to be setting up these actions. There's like no meat to this bone.
They leaned into all the good stuff though. They didn't worry about the dumb stuff. They just had fun fights, and they had Jason's boy being a lunatic. And
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Steve James was the best thing in this, but like, I mean, like, this is a movie where I feel like where it should really lean in is how good they are at being ninjas. And yet what we get in this is a lot of dodging for the bad ninjas to take each other out. And I fucking hate that. I've hated that since Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze.
They only really did that in the beach confrontation, though.
And a lot in the final.
There was a lot of ninjas stabbed in that final. Like a lot of ninjas stabbed.
There was some ninja stabbing.
There was some, but there should have been like, I mean, like,
I
really
thought-
be
I thought
badass.
I thought the fight sequences in this one were so much better than the first one. The first one, they were poorly edited.
I will give you that. I will give you that the composition was better.
I thought that, yeah, they were much better shot in this one. Like,
all right,
Sam,
well,
more than that, I
Sam,
think the
Sam had
principles-
learned a thing or two by the time he made this one on how to shoot an action sequence.
And the principals in this were having fun, and you can tell. And Dudikoff is not look like he doesn't know where he is most of the time, like he did in the first one.
He was a little bit improved as well. I mean, the thing is, it's just like, there are things about this movie that are better, and there are things about this movie I cared less about than the first one.
I could be wrong here. It just feels like you're putting a weird lens up to this. Like a more serious lens than should be applied, like the scrutiny.
No,
you know what I mean? Like, if I were to look at this as a real movie, I'd be like, this fucking sucks.
I think maybe he shouldn't have watched two of them in a row.
Yeah, that's probably the problem.
I think he got fatigue.
Yeah, I got a lot of ninja fatigue because like the first one was so stupid that it was a lot of fun to watch. This one was not as fun.
It's a more fun movie too, so you probably did have.
I think it's
I think I was awfully fatigued.
All right. Well, you could take a nap, and Jason and I will gloat about the Confrontation.
I like when they make sequels to movies and they name the characters the same things, like different characters, the same characters,
like Charlie
names as last week. Yeah, Charlie, and then you had Bill Hickok in this one. Like, he was Wild Bill was his nickname. It wasn't his actual name, but the Colonel from last one was William T. Hickok. Hickok. Yeah. So like I don't know that I really like that. I just think it's funny when they do that. It's like, oh yeah, we've got to have characters named the same thing.
There's like continuity,
but they're not the same character.
It's the Hans and Pauls of the Hammer films.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
It's the American Ninja is like Mad Max. This is just a different story.
Yes.
Told the same story told a different way.
It's Tales of the Ninjas.
Yeah.
Tales of the American Ninja.
Yeah. So the next one is like
he's Legend.
Furiosa because it's a different American Ninja.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think we get any more.
Maybe I just sucked Jeff
Charlies.
in with that idea.
Maybe we don't get any more Charlies. I hope we do though.
Yeah. Let's get
as
more Charlies.
the month goes on.
I like representation. Representation of Charlies.
We need Charlies. Yeah, all the Charlies.
All the Charlies.
Yes.
Yeah, I could definitely see now that we probably should split up the next three and do them by themselves, or at least watch them separately. Like, don't watch them back to back.
Oh yeah, I fully intend not to watch them back to back anymore. I mean, okay.
Because they get cheaper, but they get more bonkers, in my opinion.
Okay, well that's okay. I'm on board for bonkers. I felt that this one was it takes this weird sci-fi turn.
Yeah.
That it's like I'm not feeling it. I don't like the different locations.
Who are you? Who the fuck are you? Like, seriously, this
I think
is
just
all
been body
shit.
snatched.
Like, maybe not the ninjas, because I don't hear you talk about ninjas a lot. But the whole sci-fi turns and shit, that's like Jeff soup. You eat that shit up.
I mean, okay, if this was Daredevil fighting the Hand, right? Okay, you with me?
I'm with you.
I'm on board with exactly what happens in this movie. This is American Ninja that started off with some bad arms dealers.
Just some arms dealers.
Yeah, which now has turned into we're making Frankensteins.
The island of Dr. Moreau, man. They just threw the American Ninja on the island of Dr. Moreau.
I mean, there's no point in that in the second one. If that happened in the third, the fourth, or the fifth one, sure, whatever. I mean, if the fifth one happens in space, I'm in.
My problem with that whole thing is that the super ninjas they were making sucked.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, that's another thing.
Yes.
I mean, like, this is probably a first draft script, right? Because, like, you've got ninjas that are like, oh, we designed these and they're perfect and they're great and everybody's watching them's like, oh, these are great. And then one guy goes in and fucking eliminates all of them.
Yes.
And they're all like, that's good too. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, it's not, you dumb fucks.
No, they kind of suck. They
What's
And
happening,
can't
Leo?
defeat one
I
guy.
don't know.
Yeah, and it's like, it's just so obviously not fully baked.
I don't like the villain.
Yeah, the villain's
It's
dumb.
a weak villain. Even his like ninja
Get this though,
sidekick is kind of weak.
it's insane that the villain is not very good because he is the guy who came up with the story and half the script. Gary Conway is the co-writer of this movie,
Wow.
and he wrote himself a shit ass villain, and he runs like a goddamn dumbass
His
too.
little run is hilarious. Like Dr. Evil stole that run.
I mean, I think
I think Dr. Evil saw this. Dr. Evil saw this. Michael Myers saw this movie.
There's like $4 million.
Yeah. But I think also though,
idea though of Dr. Evil watching
Yes.
American Ninja and copying all of his moves.
if that's what happens in American Ninja 3, I'm in.
Yeah.
I mean, Marjo Gortner in American Ninja 3 could be Dr. Evil. It's hilarious.
I can tell you already, there's at least a full point on the Ninja Star just for Marjo Gortner.
Oh, he's bonkers in it.
So I'm always up for a Marjo Gortner.
Yeah, Gary Conway needed to be more bonkers.
Yeah, he's
It
just
was-
like
it was-
evil businnigman
He was
guy.
playing it way too straight.
Yeah, it's like I know there's a point in the movie like where he's doing his big reveal of his ninjas to his board, whatever that was. That was standing around him.
Dr. Evil board.
But they're first of all, they're all standing super close to each other. It's all like compacted into frame, and they're all like taking it way too seriously. And he's like, I feel like he's trying to ham it up, where he's like smiling like to the guys, but it's so bland and it's so stupid.
Yeah, it's a little by like the Bruce Lee movie. His was it his last one? Was it Enter the Dragon? It's a little bit Enter the Dragon light with the island, and all of the ninjas and the compound. And
but you know what this movie needed?
Bruce Lee.
Well,
every movie you need Bruce
sure,
Lee, but
John Saxon.
Yeah,
if he was the villain in this, he would be playing it up.
He'd have a fucking eye patch for sure.
It would be
100.
It would be way better.
Yeah.
I mean, John Saxon.
Now, of course, John Saxon wasn't the villain.
You
in
can
Enter
sell
the Dragon, but he was a part of why that movie was so awesome.
You can sell this idea of this American Ninja 2. You can sell it if you have the right people selling it.
Yeah,
but
instead you got Canon Films.
Yeah,
selling it, and it's just like, do it again.
But just an underwhelming performance.
It is. So
I give you that.
It is underwhelming in all the most important ways, where it's like
it could be more whelming.
Yeah. Now, who is overwhelming in this is Steve James.
Oh, he's great.
I mean, like,
he's great. Every
at
scene
this point, he is just a comedy character. It's like, I want to see more of him all the time, and yet he's not the star of this movie, and that's another problem.
He is, though.
I mean, he's the
scene stealer.
He's the scene stealer. The problem is that he's the most interesting character, and no slide on the dude, But like,
You can totally slate the dude. He's not a good actor.
he's not compelling in this movie.
He's not as charismatic. Like
He never
Steve
raises
James
his
has
voice.
charisma for days.
But the thing is, though, it's like we've seen Dudikoff have charisma.
It's true.
In a movie.
It's true.
By Sam Furstenberg,
Yeah.
co-starring Steve James.
I know they needed to.
We've
have,
seen that movie.
when they're together in this. They are charismatic together.
Yes.
but when
when
they're
he goes
alone, he can't pull it off alone.
No. And like even in the fight scenes, like on the beach, when he separates himself from Steve James, and that fight isn't as interesting as when Steve James gets involved.
Yeah,
And he certainly he doesn't have a romantic side either, at least in this movie. I felt he was much better off with the girl in the first movie than he is in this movie. Like, she's spilling her guts about what's going on, and he's just staring into the nothingness of the void, and it's like he's got nothing on his face.
That's kind
until
of
she says ninja, and then he's like, huh?
I
It's
think
like,
it's a little bit the script, and it's a little bit him not knowing how to react to a brick of dialogue.
well, and it's also bad. It's also poor editing that they go to a reverse shot when there's nothing to go to.
Yeah,
Yeah. Anyway,
they could have
And
just.
his posture is different when they show him from
yeah,
different angles.
there's some
which is kind of
continuity issues there.
Yeah.
Right. But that was the least of my problems. The
That's
continuity
my
issues I can handle.
biggest issue with that scene. They show him with his hands between his legs half the time, and then when they cut to him half up, his arms up on something. Like, that is bothersome.
I have a feeling.
No one will notice.
No one.
My suspicion is that that scene in totality was filmed on 2 different days. They realized, yeah, we got this brick of dialogue where we're just looking at the girl. We need to get some coverage. So bring Dudikoff in on this beach scene tomorrow or something, and we'll just do the coverage.
Yeah.
They looked at the dailies and they were like, no, we got to cut away
You
from
think
her.
they looked at dailies on this?
Sam
joking.
Furstenberg was a for real guy, you know.
Yeah,
He was a for real
You always
person.
look at dailies.
He's not the second or thirdenberg.
So the girl was Michelle Boats. And
She was telling them where they can get a boat.
Go down
She
to a
was.
boat. Yep, we'll go boat.
And she is her filmography is.
Scant.
You might know some of these, but it seems like a lot of this is foreign, like Indian maybe.
Well, she's South African.
So maybe it's South African. But
Yeah, I don't know any of those.
yeah, there's
You might know some of them. I don't know any of
no,
them.
I don't know any of these.
Although-
I think they're all South African films. Yeah,
Well, they could be in African language, too.
yeah. Oh,
Like
I don't. I don't believe that they're in
the-
English. That's
the K and the 2A
some
version.
telenovela stuff too. South African telenovelas. Yeah, a lot of TV.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of TV in South Africa.
I mean,
I thought she was
wasn't-
fine.
She was fine, but like, she's introduced halfway through the movie too, kind of out of nowhere, almost like a second thought.
It's not super clear who she is either, because I thought, and this is the second time I've seen this movie, I thought that she was the wife of the Marine who was
Is working with
who was
the-
in on the kidnappings. Yeah, with,
right, who's working under duress for the bad
Gary
guys.
Conway. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I guess we should.
Giraffe neck guy.
Yeah, I guess we should explain that, because the movie opens with a much better cold opening than the first movie.
Well, you don't like just mindless transports as a cold open.
Well, I mean,
no
it's mindless hacky sacking, you know. But it's yeah. So like the cold open of this movie is, these Marines are coming
Three
in.
Marines walk into a bar.
Pretty much, and they get hassled by British or Australian tough guys
Yep, at the Blind Beggar.
at the Blind Beggar, and they get jumped, and then eventually they get knocked out, and they get hauled off by ninjas, while one guy in particular is hiding and doesn't seem overly thrilled about
What's
being
happening.
involved with this. So then we catch up to American Ninja and Pal coming in on a flight. We find out that they've been sent there specifically at the request of essentially the embassy, the American embassy, because they keep losing their Marines. Now, Marines, I think that is true. Marines are the ones who guard embassies.
Yep.
And so, it's like they're a little surprised that
They're
it's
like,
like,
why are you here?
Yeah. But one of the guys that was involved in that first scene was part of their transport from the airport to the embassy.
Yeah.
Which is a very long-necked fella.
The other is Charlie.
And the other is Charlie, who turns out to be like their little sidekick later on in the movie.
Yes.
So they come and, it's like, basically it's like, well, we were just told to come here and report to you. They didn't even know that they were reporting to Marines. That's a thing that the script should know. Like, there needs to be some, like, we're just following orders here. We thought it was weird that the Marines called for us, but the Army's lending a hand, like that's another problem in this movie. But because like at one
they
point
weren't properly briefed.
Yeah. Like the captain shows up. Well, yeah, because you fly halfway around the world. Because, this is in the Caribbean. This is not in Southeast Asia anymore. So you're flying halfway around the world not knowing what you're signing up for or being told to do. I would be suspect.
I get the impression that their reputation has grown since the events of American Ninja 1.
But they don't even say that, though.
I know, but they're sent on missions all over the world. Special missions.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like
that would be a TV show I would have watched.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, that's the thing.
TV show.
That is the thing about this about these movies so far is like the two main characters, the two main heroes are kind of like not a sitcom, but like an action kind of lighthearted action cop duo team, right?
Yeah.
Where, you have the more serious one and you have the one who's just having fun.
Yep.
Anyway, so like the captain, Wild Bill, is like, oh, it's like, what are you doing? It's like, you're supposed to be Marines here. And by the way, Wild Bill was not that wild. The only thing wild we saw him do was when his little squirrely fuck of a second in command walks in, he throws a football at him.
Well, when we get to the
I mean, it is, but there's nothing more after that.
No.
When we get to their headquarters, it's like a party.
Yeah.
It's a beach party. I think it's hilarious. All the Marines are just like drinking beers and hanging out on the beach and having fun.
What the hell are you going to do in this Caribbean country at the American
And the captain is wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
They explain that away,
like,
so the script considers that.
Yeah, which is great. Yeah, but he's kind of like, having fun too. It's like, hey, this is just another day in the Corps.
Yeah.
But they do explain it that way because they're supposed to blend in. They're not supposed to.
Well, no, the real explanation is that there is a liberal element or a left-wing element on this island that gets mad at them when they wear their Marine outfits.
Yeah.
So it's like that was just shorthand for we can't afford too many Marine outfits on this movie.
Well, they afford two that get destroyed.
Yeah, they get dress blues. Yeah. But yeah, it's like because Charlie is the only one you actually see in the typical Marine beiges.
Yeah.
And then you've got the captain in the whites. Well, I think his squirrely guy is also wearing the white dresses too. And then they're given the blue dresses for that little party they go to. Anyway, The point is that that's all. So, but he's there and he's like, we sent for you, or we needed help, and this is what we got because we're missing 4 guys. And then he immediately follows that up with, I don't know why you're here.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah. It's like page 30, page 23 forgot what page 21 said.
Well, he just told them why they were there.
Exactly.
Like, literally just told them.
Like they only have one line back to him before he's like, I don't know who you are or why you're here. And it's like,
I think that's a delivery issue because probably meant like, I don't know why you specifically are here.
Oh, I'm
Not
sure
the
that's
reason that you're here.
Yeah, but I mean, but like he
It
also
could have
says,
just been a fuck up in editing too.
Yeah.
yeah, because like the other thing is he does say, "I don't know who you are," when they've just been talking about who they are. You know, it's like anyway. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, the movie's sloppy.
No shit. Really. It's American Ninja 2, man.
I like
gonna be
that
sloppy.
after they have their briefing with the captain, one of the guys says, "Hey, you want to go water skiing?" and Jax is like, "Why not?"
Yeah, Jackson's here to party. He sees everybody else partying. He's like, "Yeah, I want this."
Yeah, but then Giraffio breaks the boat, so they have to get marooned on an island.
Giraffio, yeah. Yeah, because he's like setting up the ninjas to attack.
They go to a place called Ninja Island.
Yeah. It's actually-
Pretty. I mean, it has to be. But yeah. So anyway, they go to this island. They get attacked, and then they get and then like Steve James like is off swimming with the other two dudes.
Yeah. Because he has to keep an eye on Taylor. Is that his name? Taylor?
Yeah. Right.
And then the ninjas attack.
Right.
Yes. That happens.
Yeah, and so but the way they kind of prance out like from behind a rock or like further
Well,
down.
the one
Oh
in
my
the
God,
front
it's
has
hilarious.
his arms out to the sides.
I thought he was wearing like a
It almost looks
Like a
like they're
cape.
doing the airplane zoom in. It's like,
Here we
Here we go. We're the ninjas. You're on Ninja Island now.
and this is where they begin to like the American Ninja relies more on the other ninjas knocking themselves out,
Nah.
and that irritates me so
But
much.
He's so good. He's so good at dodging their attacks and playing them against each other.
That's the shit that Steven Seagal claims he does. That's Aikido. That's not ninjutsu.
Well, it's everything. It's American Ninja Soup.
Ninjutsu.
Ninjutsu.
It's stupid. That's what it is.
I will say there that the bone breaking quota in this movie went way up.
Yeah,
oh
last
yeah,
one.
yeah. I mean, he does definitely break several joints
Yeah.
Yes.
of other people, not his own.
No.
There are quite a few stabbings. There is a double sworded stab. Double sworded?
An over the top double sworded stab.
Which is pretty
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like when they went. So like, there's one really badass ninja who's got a messed up eye.
Yeah.
So you always know he's coming around because you always see his eyes, right?
Yeah.
And he's at one point he's chasing after our ninjas, our good ninjas. I'm just going to go ahead and call Curtis a ninja. He's basically
pretty much a ninja.
Yeah,
he
he's-
learned the ninjutsu
yeah.
between the last few movies.
And
Or
this is
missions.
when, so like later on, they meet up with this girl.
He's just not into the subtlety.
No,
No.
The jitsu.
no, he's hitting on ladies.
He hasn't
He's
learned this-
laughing.
He hasn't learned the final line.
He hasn't learned the invisibility yet.
No.
Yeah,
When he tries to do it, his shirt just comes
And I
off.
hope he never does. Yeah.
I do like that his shirt does at one point just simply disappear.
Yeah, it rips off in one fight, like almost entirely, and then it just disappears in another one.
I love that bar side.
He tried
bar,
to
bar
move and
scene.
just his shirt disappeared.
Yeah,
Because both of them are fighting in those dress blues, and their uniforms are slowly ripping apart.
yeah,
Yeah.
Well, so let's talk about like so they end up going to this party where they have to pretend to be because the captain wants everything to look normal. So he's like, you're gonna have to go dress as Marines and like. And like Curtis is like, yeah, aren't Marines gay or something like it. Whatever they say, one of those types of things. But anyway, so they go and they end up seeing this girl make a big fuss towards this guy who is very clearly
The villain.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he dresses in a white suit.
Sunglasses.
Yeah, and he's got like
Platinum hair.
yeah, it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's the bad guy, and this girl comes up and it's like, he's a drug dealer, and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, arrest that man. She immediately gets arrested. And so Curtis and American Ninja are like, we need to
go kick some ass.
we got some ass to kick.
And boss,
And Boss Man's like, take my car. And then they're like, Charlie, drive his car. Charlie's getting involved now.
Charlie's like, let's do this shit.
Let's do it. They follow to this one particular bar where all this shit
Blind
goes
Beggar.
down. The Blind Beggar.
In Biker's Alley.
Near Biker Alley, which I think this is Ninja Alley and Biker Alley is the next one over.
I think this is Ninja Street.
Yeah. So they,
Ninja Town.
because previously American Ninja has been to that place to meet up with the guy to say, look, I don't want to set you up.
Yeah. The giraffe neck guy.
Right. But like, I'm forced to do this because they're going to kill my wife if they don't. And they explained earlier that he married somebody local, and they said that everything had been downhill since, not realizing that this was all the, like, he's got the stress he's not gone native.
Yeah.
He's got stress put upon him by this arrangement. Right.
Yeah.
And so like American Ninja is like, okay, cool, until the big burly dude shows up that he beat up outside, and he came back in and he's like, you set me up, motherfucker. And then like they get into a big fight, and he's like, that's when he tells him, it's like, my wife is like being held prisoner. If I don't do what they say, they're going to kill her, and they're probably going to kill me too.
Right.
Well, they kill him immediately.
Oh, the big burly South African dude. This is the scene where the American Ninja jumps like off of this landing in the little apartment and kicks him with his front feet. The guy goes through.
It'll always be his front feet.
You know what I mean? Like
His front foot.
he gives him like a front kick.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
And kicks him through the doorway
And then through
into another doorway.
Yeah,
And it looks great.
yeah.
It does look great.
Yeah.
I think the second door was probably a mistake, but that's fine. It looks great.
It looks great.
It looks great. I did like that. I did like that kick. That was one kick I liked in this movie.
It was fantastic.
I'm glad you had something to enjoy in this
One
movie,
kick.
Jeff.
But he didn't really dive as much in this one.
No, there's less diving.
Yeah.
Yeah, he learned a thing or two
more
about
bone
a thing
breaking,
or two.
less diving.
After his final lesson, he learned to break it.
Bones.
Joints.
Wins.
Yeah.
He breaks some wind too.
Yeah, and he breaks wind.
Yeah. Anyway, so
And out a front kick.
so he, like they come back to the party, and like at this point now, people know that he was seen with that guy, and that he's being wanted by the police. But they also figure out it's like this girl is being hounded. They need to go deal with that.
Yeah.
And that's when they go to the bar. They get into the big bar brawl where everybody there are girls getting in on this fight.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's so fucking hilarious.
And when Curtis throws all the people off him, they make the bowling ball sounds.
Man. Oh,
And there's
man.
like people flying over rails and kicks over rails, and Charlie pours a drink for himself and a girl, and he's like, you want to do lunch? And then she hits him on the top of the head with the bottle.
It's like, I guess that's a no.
Yeah, I guess that's a no for lunch.
And then he has to dodge somebody
He's
throwing something else in.
Yeah, he's like, no respect.
This movie is rated R.
Really?
Yeah.
For what? Bad acting?
Yeah.
Verbal acting.
This would not be rated R now.
No, it shouldn't be.
There's no nudity.
No nudity.
Very little profanity.
Yeah, it's very chaste for an R-rated. I mean, yes, there is some violence.
There's some violence and a little.
But that's a PG-13 violence.
It's mostly bloodless.
Mostly.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't see anybody like. I watched a movie earlier today that saves its blood, and when it does it real good. Like, and this one saves some of its some of its really good like stabbing violence.
Yeah.
For like one particular, but it's not at all bloody.
No.
Like there's not like you're
There's
not
no
stabbing
sprays
somebody.
of
In,
blood. It's all like
Cloth. Like sitting on the
yeah,
cloth.
Yeah.
type, like-
surface.
yeah,
Blood.
yeah, probably a lot more realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make for an R-rated movie, you know. So anyway, so they end up saving the girl, but the guy with the messed up eye is like he's watching all of it. And I did like the fact that they're trying to get away in this truck, and he jumps up over the cab of the truck and lands into the bed. And it's like, oh shit, we got to and he smashes out the back window, but they're able to kind of throw him up, but he uses a hook to
That sequence is fun.
Yeah, that was a pretty good chase scene
And
because
then it ends in a magnificent explosion.
yes.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so he hey, you know what?
What?
That does end in a magnificent explosion, and the guy comes back.
Yeah.
He's been cloned.
Oh, the eye guy?
Yeah,
So is he the super soldier?
I think he is.
He's the one.
He's the one that they're talking about the whole fucking time.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
Well, it's what it should have been, but it's not clear.
It's not super clear. But he is the super soldier.
He is.
Yeah.
Because they killed him in that big explosion.
Yeah.
It's very obvious he dies in that explosion.
I mean, you would. Anyone would die in that explosion.
Yeah, because it explodes many times over.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's got to be the...
And then he came back because he's been cloned.
Yeah.
Or he's the creation. And what they want is they want American Ninja's DNA to add to that.
For sure.
Probably to fix the one eye.
Yeah.
It's like, you got two good eyes, so we're going to fix that.
You can't have a super clone soldier with a fucked up eye.
No.
That's just not good for the marketing.
But it does indicate to me, or at least tells me, oh, he's the guy.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was him that hooked the truck.
It was, though.
I think it was.
It was, because we got to see it's like, well, of course it's that guy.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's got to be, right? Well, you guys keep going. I'm going to read this Wikipedia page real quick.
I don't think you're going to get much from that, but maybe you will. Well, anyway, they
fight at the bar.
They save the girl from her place where she's hiding out. Ninja attacks, car chase, explosion. And that's where she's like, all right, we got to go. We got to get you to
says
Ninja
we
Island.
got to go to the island. And she says,
she's
if
like,
you want to go there,
to the
you're
island,
going the wrong way.
You're going the wrong way. And he turns around. And
Right.
then she directs him to, how the hell do they get on the island?
They take a boat.
She has a boat. That's all it is.
But they never show that.
They show the boat pulling up on the island.
And then the next thing you know is they're hanging out on the beach, kind of like in GoldenEye when they're having the conversation on the beach, except for Michael Dudikoff is not Pierce Brosnan.
Right. And meanwhile, meanwhile, you've got Jackson, who he's been left behind.
Yes.
And he's saying we need to
He's
storm
at the headquarters, and he's
Yeah.
trying to convince the captain, like, hey, we got to go attack. We got to get permission
Because
to go.
Toto ran and told them
Yeah.
they went to the island. And that's a funny joke. It's almost like Better Off Dead in reverse. The kid is always asking for money
Yeah.
for every little thing.
Yeah, they introduce him early on as he can get you anything you want
For a price.
for a price.
Yeah.
And but the captain's like, we can't. We got to wait for permission. I gotta ask the
The embassy
ambassador.
needs to approve this. Yeah.
The embassy has to approve this. But you kind of find out from conversations with the big baddie guy. What's his name? He's called the Bear or something.
The lion.
The lion. That he's got the embassy in his pocket.
Yeah.
So they're not going to get permission.
No.
So
The bear is the big giant dude at the bar that always gets involved and has to get his butt kicked.
that is that.
I mean, I'm
if there
guessing
is
he
a bear,
would
he
be a
the
bear. Yeah. Whenever you go to the Slippery Knuckle or whatever that place was called.
The slippery knuckle.
What? What's the slippery knuckle?
I don't know. I mean, that's where the bear would hang out, probably.
Slippery knuckle. See, it sounds like a precursor.
I mean,
to
we have
some-
the slippery
some kinky
noodle
stuff.
downtown. I don't know what the slippery knuckle is, but
And
whatever.
whatever that bar was called. What was it called?
Slippery noodle?
No, in the movie.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You were so
Oh.
bad. It's the blind
The
beggar.
blind beggar.
Yeah.
The slippery knuckle.
I thought you were naming a place around here that you thought, yeah.
I did too.
Well, I don't know. Anybody who lives in Indianapolis, if there's a place called the Slippery Knuckle.
Getting doxxed again.
It would
are
be
we?
like, is it kind of like this real universe version of the Blue Oyster Bar or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, she basically explains that it's her father.
This is the brick of text.
Yeah, it's a brick of a text that
Yeah.
it's her father who is on the island. He's being held under duress because if he doesn't do what they say, they're going to hurt or kill her. Which we made the comment, why doesn't she just take herself out of the equation and leave? But she doesn't do that. She probably doesn't want to abandon her father either. But regardless, he's been made to genetically alter DNA and grow super ninjas.
Yeah.
And I'm giving you the look that Dudikoff gives
it's
to
like
her.
the secret of the ooze.
Yeah, I guess. And considering how many bad ninjas take themselves out instead of the heroes doing it, it is like the secret of
Go
the ooze.
ninja, go ninja, go.
Oh my god, I hate everything about that movie. No, but like, you know, she's explaining all this and Dudikoff's just kind of staring blankly at her. And it's like, you're hearing what she's saying, right? Because like I'm sitting there like this.
I'd be like, wait, what?
Really?
Ninjas don't react like that, Jeff. Ninjas are calm. Ninjas
But, I mean,
blend
this is
in.
some sci-fi
You shouldn't
fucking
even
Star
have
Trek
known he
shit.
was there.
I'd be like, wait a minute, did I pick up some crazy lady?
Yeah, it's like,
Like talking about super soldiers?
Yeah,
like,
what the
what's
fuck?
going on? What the hell?
I mean, a ninja should be a little bit more discerning.
I mean, you just said,
should have
you just
disappeared.
said he was a drug dealer.
He's like,
That I
oh,
buy.
Yeah.
Drug dealer,
Hand
okay.
thing and I'm out. You can't see me
This
anymore.
is my people, and here's the steeple.
Just backs into the head.
Yep. Into oblivion, never to be seen again.
It's like, I'll call Jackson and tell him to meet me somewhere.
I'll be back in American Ninja
Abort.
4.
Skipping the next one, guys.
He blinked out too hard. They couldn't find him for the next movie.
But they do. They get to the island,
They do find him, unfortunately, and he gets to the island.
and they are infiltrating, and it's really pretty funny. Cause
Oh my god, this is so stupid.
He's just in his ninja outfit, and he walks like into every room or every hallway where there's ninjas, and you can almost hear the dialogue.
Well, but
hey guys, I'm a ninja.
But like, what's funny is she's there too as a ninja. So like, they both break in, and like they end up joining a pack of the bad guys, like showing off the super soldier
they go on the
program.
tour, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like nobody, not a single person's like, why are there two ninjas as
Yeah.
part of this group?
Yeah.
Like, I understand the ninjas inside the rooms guarding the place, but these guys have been with them for a while. And it's like nobody said, hey, these ninjas
I'm telling
suddenly...
you, they couldn't see him.
Yeah.
Well, I guess.
using their-
I could.
Yeah, you could.
Well, she didn't have the invisibility powers.
No. She's just too short.
Yeah, it's like, you're awfully short for a ninja.
Well, there was a ninja that was really short.
But
That-
was it another girl, though?
It
Was there
could've
any
been.
girl ninjas here?
Maybe, we don't know.
I mean, it's like, gosh, Steve, you have really pretty eyes. I never noticed. Thanks. Thanks. Oh my god.
Well, they find her dad, and they're gonna escape, but then they get caught.
Yeah, because
don't know how.
American Ninja's like, I gotta go do something else, and he's got to go free the guys that
Yeah.
Wild Bill needs freed.
Yeah,
So
the Marines that were captured. Yeah.
I'm gonna go and get these guys. I'll see you later on the outside. Oh, but you instantly got caught.
Yeah.
And I didn't know, and it was off screen, and nobody knew.
But the American
Until-
Ninja took the people he rescued into the arena, which is really smart. Let's sneak out through the arena, and the most predictable thing in the world happens because it's dark in there. All the lights pop
all the
on.
floodlights.
All the floodlights, yep. And then it's like ninja fight time.
Yeah, and it's like, we've got your girlfriend and her dad.
Yeah, they're all
And then-
standing up on the platform.
Yeah, and it's like, ninjas, go get them. And like, some of those guys get killed.
two of them.
Half of
Marines.
them.
Half of them. 50% of them.
50%
50%
of them.
Thumbs up.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, but I mean,
And
like,
it's a fight, and people die.
And while they're fighting in there, Jackson and the Marines and whoever else comes with them for this fight
Yeah.
are storming.
notice
the
that
cast-
old
the high
turd
school.
didn't come.
No, they left him behind.
Because
He's
he would
worthless.
be a liability.
He's
in this
He'd be
mission.
yelling at everyone.
Well, he would be also
like, "You
very
stop
slow moving.
You stop it. You act like a Marine.
I can't fit into my wetsuit.
My body glove won't
But
fit.
this is when we get Curtis Jackson
Just
and all
going
of his
apeshit.
glory. He's got his
Yeah.
shirt off, and he's just
Well, he starts off with sleeveless.
yes.
And then it cuts away in the middle of a fight, and now he's shirtless, and that's great.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I mean, that's the kind of continuity error I'm that's so silly and stupid. I'm thumbs up on that.
Yeah. And he's got two giant he gets to the island, he's got like a little grenade launcher, a little missile launcher thing. Which he's shooting like sparks everywhere.
Yeah, he's lighting people with fireworks.
Yeah, it's like he's just lighting off Roman candles.
But then once that's out, he has two meat cleavers or giant knives.
He pulls them from out of nowhere, like strapped to his back.
There was probably someone there that handed them to him because he wouldn't even have a
ninja.
shirt on. Maybe he cut his shirt off when he took the...
Oh,
that's why his shirt fell off. He cut it.
We might have to go to the film and check out this instant replay. See if that's what happened.
Yeah, there are.
I mean, for all I know,
they're massive
knives,
like sabers.
And it was at this point I was like, I really want to watch Black Dynamite, so we need to put that on the calendar.
Oh, you were on Black Dynamite during the bar scene, the bar fight.
Oh,
scene.
I mean, every time Steve James was like rocking out on something, I was like, okay. I mean, obviously this was also some inspiration. Like this guy is, yeah. Anyway.
Anywho.
So like he's fighting guys. There's one guy. He fucks up one guy pretty good and like is like stomping his neck and everything. Yeah. And then the guy's like still moving. He's like, stay down.
And the guy's like, okay.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I'm dead.
You've intimidated me into submission.
Yeah. Well, then you get messed up by fighting against American Ninja.
Yeah.
I do like how that fight ends. That was really cool. Like they said, like, because like it begins kind of cool where it's like, okay, well, they're going to do like the code thing.
Respectful code thing.
But then he's like, bad guy's like, ha, and he's like, no, here's my sword.
And he's like, he, and I'm like, ha.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, well, you. Yeah.
Oh, we should mention, but before that fight even happens, the professor blows up the super clones.
Oh, yeah.
And himself.
And
the lion.
The lion. Yeah. He blows up that whole lab with them in it.
Yeah, his daughter doesn't even know.
No.
She doesn't care.
But he left her. He's like, I got to do something.
Yeah, I love you.
I'll come with you. He's like, I have to do this alone. Like, right there, it's a death mission. Didn't have to be.
I thought he had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I know. I thought he just really had to take a shit.
Who does number 2? The end of the movie is
that's right, buddy. You tell that turd who's boss.
Well, you're gonna blow out your O-ring there, buddy. The best thing Tom Arnold ever did.
Maybe, yeah.
Pretty close. I mean, True Lies is probably up there too.
Yeah,
but that's
for sure.
But anyway,
Dinah, jump, daddy will catch you. Sorry.
So he, he takes off, and she's just sitting there gawking at the two ninjas fighting.
Yeah,
and it's like, I'm sure there's somebody who had a gun around here or something, or a knife or something. She just stands there and gawks. It's like,
it might be better that she doesn't interfere, to be quite honest.
You don't get in the middle of two ninjas.
Yeah.
That's like the fourth thing the Sicilian would have told you in The Princess Bride.
Don't get in the middle of two ninjas. Did you just watch Princess Bride recently? No. That's a strange pull. I love it.
All right, well, I'll give you that. I'll give the Sicilian that. Anyway, but yeah, she's just kind of gawking the whole time. But it's like, it's a pretty good fight. I mean, like, this is much more
artful.
It's at least a lot deeper than the fight with the ninja in the last movie.
Oh, on the rooftop.
Yeah. I mean, because
it's much better composed.
It's an actual
much
fight
better
between
edited.
two ninjas instead of guys jumping around on a roof.
Yeah. And at one point, like, the ninja pulls out like a shotgun.
Yeah, what a dick.
Yeah, but he's also really bad at shooting because he's got one.
He's only got one good eye.
Yeah.
They really got to fix that.
You closed the wrong one while he was
that's
shooting.
why that's why they wanted.
Why they were doing 2.0. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like we got to get American Ninjas
eyes.
right. Oh, eyes. That's 2.0. Oh, eyes.
I
Yeah.
can't believe I messed this up.
So, yeah, because they're going to get American Ninja's DNA in there
Yeah.
into the soup.
Yeah.
The ninja suit. That's right.
I wonder what that would taste. Miso soup, maybe? Is that what ninja soup would probably taste like?
Probably ninja suit.
I could
Miso
go for a
soup's
bowl.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
that's
go
good.
for a bowl of that right
Tofu.
now.
Fucking love
Onions.
miso soup.
Yeah.
Delicious.
So
how did you like? You said you liked how the fight ended.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a Ninja Gaiden cutscene where it's like, they kind of size each other up, and there's like, it goes in even to slow motion where it's like they're really thinking about their next move as they're kind of circling around each other, and they charge at one another. And of course, American Ninja does that thing where he goes low and he slices. I really would have liked his guts to fall out.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
It's
one of those.
use your R rating.
That could have earned them the R rating. Yes.
It's kind of like hearing the bullet and not knowing who shot until someone starts bleeding and falls down.
You
It's
wanted him
kind
to
of
be
the way-
cut in half.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
I'm
it
like,
would've
there's
been
no
nice
way
if
there's
he
money for
slid in
that.
half, I know. But that's what it's like. You're waiting to see. But you're waiting.
Who's
Yeah.
To
holding
see
their
who
guts?
took the injury.
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like he is going high and he does make a motion where it's like, oh,
He might have got him.
might have got him. He might be hurting. He's not in 3.
He's not American enough
Yeah.
in this movie.
Definitely.
He's just a regular ninja.
Yeah.
You always lose.
Yep.
You're a regular ninja to an American ninja.
That's right. American Ninja is superior.
Yep.
Always.
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 And that's the end of the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, well, they go to a party.
They go to a party.
They give the girl a haircut and straighten out her hair, and they go to a party. And Steve James gets his girl. There was a girl that he was hitting on
She gave him his number. Yeah.
because she was walking off with some old fart, and she's like, "This guy, I'm gonna kill him here shortly because
He won't be around much
he's not
longer."
gonna make it through what I'm giving
Yeah.
because she's yeah."
Yeah. She's going to be breaking some bones like the American
Right.
Ninja.
Call me because Steve James, I suspect you'll break my bones.
Yeah, and the captain or whatever he is like, you guys can stay here, and I bet you I can get you in the Marines. And they're like, no, we're getting the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah, it's like we're
Yeah.
not gay or whatever they would say in those
Yeah.
types of situations. This is one of those Army Corps things,
Machismo.
Yeah, like the military rivalries.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But then peace out.
Yep. Yeah.
It's like we got better things to do. These ladies.
Yep.
But then the lady, he's like, I'll call you. And she's like, no, you won't. And he's like, oh, okay, you're right. I won't.
Well,
To the hot girl.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh, no, we're leaving.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? There's a whole world of fishes out there.
Yep.
And I got a pretty big hook.
And then Toto's like, you owe me $5,
Yeah.
broski. And American Ninja's like, I can do you one better. I can give you this sweet Victorinox Swiss Army knife.
Yeah. It's like,
What?
yeah,
What?
it's like this kid wants to go buy
You
some
should have given him
fries.
the really cool knife that you use that you turn from a knife into wire cutters.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you should have given the kid.
Yeah, because that kid could use that to
Or
like.
switchhlade.
Or yeah, he doesn't use
What
it
happened to your
anymore.
switchblade?
He
Did you give it
fucking-
to
he
some other
lost-
kid?
Yeah. He gave it to the kid in the last movie that wasn't in it.
Or you could give him $5 and a knife.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's like I spent your $5. Here's something that you probably don't need.
No, but he was real. Toto was real excited.
He was stoked
about it.
on it, so
It's like,
I guess
wow,
we'll be
it's got
stoked for
a wine bottle opener.
But I wish he said, "But what about my $5?"
Yeah.
and then everyone laughs at the end, like
And then freeze frame.
him. Freeze frame.
just like the polar bear fell on me and
It's
fucking.
and Curtis Jackson gives a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Curtis Jackson is the better. Like, God, I wish he was the guy in the Samurai Cop movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
his partner's like very clearly that guy. God, you guys know what I'm talking about.
Have
You
I
guys
seen the
know.
Samurai Cop?
Yeah.
You have seen Samurai Cop. I don't know if you've seen the second one. I wouldn't recommend it, but you've seen Samurai Cop.
Oh, I've seen Samurai Cop.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like when he's hitting on the girl that looks
Yes.
like Lindsay Lohan, and he's like, ooh, ooh.
Oh, I've seen Samurai Cop.
Yeah.
He's no Sergeant
let's see.
Kabuki man, but he's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh God.
Are those rival films? They
Robert
might be
Zadar.
rival. I'm joking. But. Is this the shortest Film Seizure episode ever?
It's probably close.
No. No, it isn't.
What
It's
if,
the longest.
no.
We've been talking about this for 2.5
Oh,
hours.
that'd be hilarious.
Oh my god! Could you? Oh.
That's why I almost passed out like 20 minutes ago. We've been here for an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No.
No, not quite.
No, not quite. It's no. Anyway,
we might get there if we keep
yeah.
this up.
we just say no.
Let's just talk about 3, 4, and 5 right now.
Yeah, okay, let's do it.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we still need to do... Do you have anything more to say
Well,
about this
I mean,
movie?
okay, so here's the thing. As a silly, dumb movie, as a bad movie night movie, it passes muster.
Yes.
Barely passes muster, but I still like the first one more.
Okay, so then let's ask you. How many ninja points?
I gave the first one 2.5.
Yeah.
I guess I'll give this one 2.
Okay. Jason?
I feel like
I'm gonna go 3 ninja points.
oh my god.
So you went from 2 on the first to 3 on this.
Yeah,
I'm going to agree with you. As
Oh my
3.
god.
3 ninja points.
I just had more fun with it.
It's fun. I think
I
it's
did.
fun.
That's what,
I think maybe if I watch this in a vacuum again, but I could again. I don't know if I want to watch any of these movies alone. Like that feels like
you're probably going to have to.
well, I know,
Yeah.
and that
Or
that,
you could give
that's-
me $3 and I'll come over.
I don't know, man. It's like it's just like
Don't
that
belabor
seems
it.
that
Don't
seems like a
belabor
pretty sad night upcoming. But I don't know. I mean, maybe
sandwich it
I'll
with
end up maybe if I'm watching it alone, I'll like key in on different things, and I'd be like, these next 3 are fucking awesome.
Hopefully.
I mean, it's
Jason
a long
says
month.
the best one's yet to come.
I think the third one is my personal favorite because it takes. If you thought this one was a little bit off the rails, the next one is way off the rails.
Good.
Okay,
I'm down with that.
all right. I can look into that.
But next week we are temporarily leaving the
Dudikoff.
the Joe Armstrong universe, but we still get Steve James. He's still with us, Curtis Jackson, and we have a new American Ninja, but a different character.
Oh, so it's not Joe.
It's not Joe, different character, but he is the new American Ninja, played by David Bradley.
Okay.
Kind of
He is
vague.
Sean Davidson.
Does he get his own weird backstory?
Oh yeah,
Well, yeah, because there's young.
oh yeah.
Oh my god,
Don't-
this is.
Don't spoil it.
You got to be fucking kidding me!
There's also
no way.
there's also a
that's the same
lady.
guy.
There's also a lady bad guy in this one, and it's also lady bad guy.
Oh my god, this is great. If you look at American Ninja 3 Blood Hunt, right? That's next week, by the way. That's
That's
the
next
15th.
week.
Yeah, so May 15th, filmseizure.com, American Ninja 3 Blood Hunt. If you look at the cast on that, you have Sean Davidson, David Bradley. Okay. Then you have young Sean Davidson listed as Steven Weber. Now, it is a link.
Oh,
But the link goes to former chair of the Missouri Democratic Party, Steven Weber.
That's good.
And I fucking hope they're the same person because this person was born in
it could
1983.
very well be the same person. Ooh,
we got a
do
Ronald
little
Reagan
research
situation
this.
on our hands.
In the best possible fucking way.
I think it's the same person.
Now, understand that Missouri has their head of the Missouri Democratic Party is only 40 years old. That's amazing.
Yeah, but
Also, probably a sign that state cannot actually elect Democrats.
we had a president that was like 42 years old.
Missouri has
didn't we?
legal pot.
Yeah.
All right.
Fair
Let's
enough.
save
Anyway,
this
so
investigation
we'll
for
investigate
next
Mr. Steven Weber. We're on to you, buddy. We know your dark secret.
week. You can't hide forever in a public sector.
Yeah, right. But anyway, that is. Well, no, maybe, but ninjas hide in plain sight.
Yeah.
I do. He could.
Ooh. I hope there's a news story like right before our episode drops that the Steven Weber guy.
News out of Indianapolis, Indiana.
He gets outed as a
secret ninja?
Secret ninja.
He's secret ninjas the whole like state of Missouri or whatever it is.
Secret
I
Ninja
want
Ninja
man.
man, secret ninja.
to pull his mask off and be like, I've been a ninja all along.
But when you pull that off, he's wearing a ninja mask.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yes.
What about ninjas in the bathroom?
Oh, that was how this movie started.
Ninjas in the bathroom. Can't you see?
There were ninjas in the bathroom, listeners. That's why I sang that song.
They came streaming out of the bathroom.
Yeah. Like a puddle of piss.
The whole third act takes place at a high school.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I mean, it is straight up, like, seriously. It's like
could've
the
been my
lobby
high
of
school.
Greenwood High School. Yeah, anyway. Okay. Just those little things that you pick up on that does lighten the experience for me. And that they
In a good
totally
way.
filmed this in a fucking high
In
school.
a good way, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And like I said, fourth period was wild that
Yeah,
day.
it was.
Death match in fourth period.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Fight.
The food fight.
Because really, honestly, I think back to my high school, and it's like there was like this one big like lecture hall that we used for mock Congress. It could have hosted that fucking ninja fight also, the way it was shaped.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Just chuck in some sand.
Yep. Anyway, so May 15th, American Ninja 3 Blood Hunt. Go to filmseizure.com. That's where you can find where you can follow us, where you can subscribe to the show and all of that. Also at filmseizure.com, this upcoming Monday, May 13th, is Monster Monday's Destroy All Monsters.
Ooh, nice.
So we got some Godzilla fighting, well, a bunch of people fighting King Ghidorah.
That was one of my favorites.
It's a good one. It's a good one. It's a gooder. It is a gooder. So that is filmseizure.com as well. This upcoming Friday at my website, bmovieanima.com, I have a review of Four Flies on Grey Velvet.
Nice.
Oh, all right.
It's a gooder. It's a gooder. This Saturday, got a new episode of B-Movie Anima, the series. It is the first Western ever covered on the show, The Gunman of Ave Maria.
Ave Maria. No?
Don't do it.
Why?
No.
Is there something wrong with that?
Yeah.
I mean,
Singing.
he's Catholic.
You're singing.
He has a Catholic upbringing. It probably triggers
like
some
trauma.
things.
Yeah, it's trauma.
Oh, wow.
No, it's not really. Just saying I didn't really want to hear you sing it. So,
That's rude.
yeah.
Damn.
I know.
Okay. Well, until next week, I'm Jeff Arbuckle.
I'm
And you've been listening to Film Seizure.
Seizure.